Imagine discovering a treasure map that reveals more than just gold or jewels, but instead unveils the secrets to spiritual freedom and deeper understanding. That's the journey we're starting on today as we look into the profound world of biblical themes through a metaphysical lens. Our mission is simple yet profound: to explore the rich tapestry of biblical freedom, not through traditional views alone, but by peering deeper, beyond the physical and into the metaphysical realm. This approach might seem complex, but fear not. Our goal is to make these intriguing concepts accessible and understandable to everyone, regardless of your background or beliefs. Together, we'll unlock new dimensions of meaning and insight that have the power to transform how we view ourselves and the spiritual world around us. So let's dive in and uncover the metaphysical mysteries woven into the very fabric of biblical texts. Let's explore some fundamental concepts that will guide us through our journey. First, consider the idea of freedom as it appears in the Bible. In this sacred text, freedom isn't just about breaking chains or escaping physical confines. It's a profound, liberating experience that touches the soul. Think of the Israelites, who after centuries of bondage in Egypt, were delivered into a state of spiritual and physical liberation. This freedom allowed them not only to serve God without restraint, but also to fulfill their destiny as His chosen people. Now let's shift our focus to the metaphysical aspect, a term that might sound lofty, but simply refers to what goes beyond the physical. It's about understanding reality that isn't visible to the naked eye. In spirituality and religion, metaphysics examines the nature of our existence and our connection to the divine, looking beyond what is tangible and material. Through this lens, biblical stories transform from historical accounts into living messages with deep spiritual significance. As we dissect these terms and their implications, you'll discover how ancient texts echo timeless truths that still resonate with our innermost quest for freedom and meaning. Diving into the historical and cultural settings of the biblical texts offers us a window into the lives of those who first heard these messages of freedom. Imagine the diverse audiences of ancient times, from the bustling markets of Jerusalem to the quiet villages scattered across the hills of Galilee. These were societies where freedom was often a physical and spiritual aspiration, deeply entwined with the law, prophets, and daily rituals. Understanding this backdrop enriches our appreciation of how these sacred texts address the yearnings and challenges of their time. As centuries passed, the way we interpret these texts has beautifully transformed. The metaphysical approach to biblical freedom isn't static. It evolves as our world and our understanding of divine progress. Scholars and spiritual seekers have peeled back layer after layer of historical context, uncovering richer, more profound interpretations that speak to the soul's quest for liberation. This ongoing evolution demonstrates that the words of the Bible are not just relics of the past, but living, breathing messages that continue to offer new insights and pathways to freedom today. In our exploration of metaphysical perspectives on biblical texts, let's look into some key passages that shine a light on the concept of freedom. Consider the story of the Exodus, where Moses leads the Israelites out of Egypt. On the surface, this is a tale of physical liberation from slavery. But looking deeper, it also speaks to spiritual emancipation from the bonds of inner limitations and doubts. This passage invites us to consider freedom not just as an external condition, but as an inner state of being, where one is released from the shackles of fear and insecurity. Turning to insights from scholars, many theologians and metaphysical thinkers have interpreted these stories as allegories for personal transformation. They suggest that just as the Israelites traveled through the wilderness to reach the Promised Land, each person must navigate their own spiritual wilderness to achieve true freedom and fulfillment. This interpretation encourages us to view biblical narratives as maps to our own spiritual liberation, guiding us through the complexities of life with a promise of reaching a state of profound inner peace and freedom. Through these case studies and scholarly insights, we gain a deeper understanding of how biblical freedom transcends time and continues to offer meaningful guidance in our journey towards spiritual understanding and enlightenment. Navigating the complex interplay between freedom and predestination presents one of the most profound paradoxes in biblical interpretation. How do we reconcile the idea of divine sovereignty, where every event is shaped by God's will, with the concept of human free will? This question challenges us to think deeply about the nature of freedom itself. Take, for instance, the story of Joseph in the book of Genesis. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, Joseph's journey is marked by hardship and injustice. Yet, throughout these trials, he remains steadfast, suggesting a divine plan at work behind his suffering and eventual rise to power in Egypt. Here, the text invites us to ponder whether Joseph's success was predestined or if his own choices played a role in fulfilling his destiny. Similarly, the Exodus narrative provides a powerful exploration of this theme. As Moses confronts Pharaoh, we witness a series of events that appear preordained, 10 plagues, each a demonstration of God's power over Egyptian gods, leading to the liberation of the Israelites. Yet, within this narrative of divine intervention, the Israelites' faith and choices influence their journey significantly, highlighting a dynamic interaction between predestined events and human agency. Through these scriptural examples, we see that the Bible does not offer simple answers, but rather invites us to engage with its complexities, reflecting on how divine guidance and personal freedom intersect in our lives. This exploration enriches our understanding of freedom, challenging us to appreciate its depth and the responsibilities it entails. In bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and contemporary life, practical metaphysics offers a unique lens through which to interpret biblical stories and doctrines. By examining these sacred texts through metaphysical concepts, we not only deepen our understanding of their meanings, but also uncover how these teachings can be applied in the modern world. Consider the concept of miracles in the Bible, often seen as divine interventions that defy natural laws. Metaphysics encourages us to view these miracles as manifestations of a higher spiritual law, accessible through deep faith and understanding. This perspective invites us to look at our own lives and recognize moments when, through faith or the power of belief, the seemingly impossible becomes possible. Moreover, the teachings of Jesus on forgiveness can be reinterpreted through metaphysical understanding as not just moral injunctions, but as transformative practices that free us from past grievances. This approach shows us that forgiveness is not merely about reconciling with others, but also about liberating oneself from emotional burdens. In real-life scenarios, this can manifest in the healing of relationships and personal growth, demonstrating the profound impact of applying metaphysical insights to biblical principles. By integrating metaphysical concepts into our exploration of biblical texts, we gain a richer, more applicable understanding of these ancient teachings, allowing them to resonate more deeply within our own lives and contemporary culture. As we weave metaphysical themes into the fabric of modern beliefs, the timeless wisdom of ancient scriptures gains new relevance in our daily spiritual and religious practices. This fusion invites today's believers to explore deeper layers of meaning and connection in their faith journeys. Metaphysical interpretations of biblical texts, for example, can enhance our understanding of prayer. Instead of viewing prayer merely as a request directed at a distant deity, metaphysics suggests seeing it as an alignment with the divine energy, an act that transforms our inner being and connects us more profoundly with the divine. This perspective shifts how we approach prayer in our lives, emphasizing its role in personal transformation and conscious creation. The concept of oneness, frequently explored in metaphysical spirituality, resonates deeply with the scriptural teaching that God is in all and through all. This understanding encourages believers to see themselves and others as integral parts of a divine whole, fostering a sense of unity and compassion that transcends traditional religious boundaries. In practice, this can lead to more inclusive communities and a deeper appreciation for the interconnectedness of all life. By integrating metaphysical insights into contemporary spiritual frameworks, believers are equipped with tools that not only deepen their faith, but also empower them to live it out in ways that are healing, unifying, and transformative in the modern world. This dynamic interaction between ancient wisdom and contemporary practice not only enriches individual spiritual lives, but also has the potential to inspire collective progress towards a more harmonious and conscious society. In every profound exploration of spirituality, challenges and criticisms are inevitable, and the metaphysical interpretation of the Bible is no exception. Skepticism often arises from those who view these interpretations as straying from traditional scriptural understandings. Critics argue that metaphysical perspectives may distort the original meanings of the texts, applying modern philosophical ideas that were foreign to the original authors and audiences. In response to these critiques, scholars and believers who advocate for a metaphysical approach offer robust defenses. They assert that while metaphysical interpretations do bring contemporary insights to ancient texts, they also unearth layers of meaning that are consistent with the transformative and transcendent nature of these scriptures. By engaging with the Bible metaphysically, they argue, we are not replacing traditional teachings, but expanding our understanding of them in ways that are both deeply respectful and enlightening. Moreover, defenders of the metaphysical approach emphasize the dynamic and living nature of Scripture. They argue that the Bible's enduring relevance comes from its ability to speak to each generation anew, offering insights that address the unique challenges and questions of the time. This approach invites a dialogue between the text and the reader, where faith is not only about preservation, but also about growth and evolution. By addressing criticisms not as obstacles, but as opportunities for deeper engagement, advocates of metaphysical interpretation continue to enrich the dialogue around spiritual texts. They encourage a broader exploration of faith that respects tradition while also accepting the growth that comes from new insights and perspectives. As we continue to look into the intricate relationship between metaphysical concepts and biblical teachings, enriching our understanding through additional resources can be incredibly valuable. For those eager to deepen their knowledge, a variety of books and articles offer profound insights into this fascinating intersection. Literature like The Metaphysical Bible Dictionary by Charles Fillmore provides an extensive look at the symbolic meanings behind biblical terms, offering a unique perspective that enhances scriptural understanding. Another seminal work, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, although not exclusively about biblical metaphysics, invites readers to explore spiritual enlightenment and its connections to biblical principles through the lens of metaphysical understanding. Online, the resources are equally rich and accessible. Websites such as Sacred Texts host a variety of works discussing metaphysical interpretations of religious texts, including the Bible. For those looking for a more structured approach, online courses on platforms like Udemy or the Shift Network offer classes taught by renowned spiritual leaders and scholars, covering topics from biblical metaphysics to broader spiritual principles that tie into everyday life. Additionally, vibrant online communities on platforms like Reddit and specialized forums provide spaces for discussion and exchange, allowing individuals to connect with others on their spiritual journey, share insights, and explore metaphysical concepts together in a supportive environment. By engaging with these resources, individuals can expand their understanding and appreciation of biblical texts through a metaphysical lens, opening up new dimensions of spiritual exploration and personal growth. As we look into the metaphysical dimensions of biblical teachings, it's vital to pause and reflect on how these insights resonate with our personal spiritual journeys. Let me pose some questions to ponder. How do metaphysical interpretations of Scripture change your understanding of your own spiritual practices? Can you identify moments in your life that could be seen as manifestations of divine energy or guidance? Your reflections and insights are invaluable, and I invite you to share them in the comments below. What did you find most enlightening about the metaphysical perspectives discussed today? Are there particular biblical passages or concepts that have taken on new meanings for you after exploring their deeper metaphysical implications? Engaging in this dialogue not only enriches your own spiritual journey, but also contributes to a broader conversation that can inspire and enlighten others. Your experiences and perspectives are crucial in shaping a collective understanding of these profound themes. Let's continue this exploration together. sharing our thoughts and discoveries along the way. As we conclude our exploration of metaphysical themes in the Bible, let's recap the major insights we've uncovered. We started by defining key terms like biblical freedom and metaphysics, setting the stage for a deeper understanding. We then journeyed through the historical contexts of these themes, revealing how they've been interpreted over time. We examined specific biblical passages, discovering how metaphysical perspectives can transform our understanding of freedom and divine intervention. We also discussed the challenges and critiques of metaphysical interpretations, acknowledging the dynamic nature of scriptural engagement. Along the way, we provided resources for further exploration and encouraged interactive dialogue to deepen our collective insight. Now, I invite you to continue this journey on your own. Dive into the books and online courses recommended, engage with communities, and reflect on how these ancient texts resonate with your own spiritual experiences. Your path of exploration is just beginning. And if you found this video enlightening, please like it and subscribe to the channel for more insights into spiritual and metaphysical themes. Your engagement helps us grow and continue providing content that lights up the mind and spirit. Thank you for being part of this journey, and I look forward to exploring more together.